Good evening, everyone. Leah Dixon here in Port Coquitlam, British Columbia. I am live for my regular Monday night Facebook Live. And this week I am just sharing with you a kit. This is one that I missed on the first go round. It's called Road to Christmas, and it is back in stock. It is already on low inventory, though, guys. So you want to grab it ASAP if you love what you see. I am so excited to get to open this one, and it's the perfect kind of crafting. I've been busy writing report cards and just need a quick crafting break without any kind of mental energy. So here we go. I'm going to switch over to my desktop and get going. And if you guys have this one, let me know. Let me know what you think of it and if you've made any alternative cards or anything with it. So this is the Road to Christmas kit. I love these ones with just the plain box. And we're going to pop this one open. Here we go. Now, these kits are actually not stamping kits. They're just like everything you need comes in here. You don't even need any ink or anything. So they're great ones to do at like a social event or something. And a quick and easy way to get some more Christmas cards made, because I thought I had enough, and then with all my craft fairs and everything, I've just been absolutely wiped out again. And so this will be a lifesaver for me. So this kit, you actually get everything you need to make 8 cards for each of 2 different designs. You get your tear and tape, your dimensionals, your fancy envelopes. I love them with the little Christmas trees across there, and then the red plaid inside. So cute. So fancy envelopes, and then all of your bits. So we've got this gorgeous background, just kind of like the trees down the snowy pathway, and then kind of a city Christmas tree lot look. Oh, hi, Gail. Hi, Kim. The envelopes are gorgeous, eh? All right, this one I love. This actually kind of reminds me, this weekend I'm going to be at the Amsterdam Gardens for their Christmas craft fair. It's their first ever. And if you're not looking forward to going out in the rain to get yourself a Christmas tree, I love how they do theirs. They actually hang them fully open inside their greenhouses. And then you can go and look at your tree and wander through, and it's like, yeah, it's just a beautiful experience on a rainy day if you have to go get a Christmas tree. So I'll be there for their craft fair this Sunday from 11 to 4. All right. Now we've got this pool party plaid background. We have all of our sentiments, and I love when they do this. So we get them in English, French, German, and Dutch, I believe. And so lots of very cool cards here. And I love to save the sentiments, and then you can make cards with all the languages. I know every year I have a few people ask for French cards at the craft fairs, so it's always nice. And then we have a Lost Lagoon background. Oh, and more. Oh, cute little retriever, some Christmas trees and gifts. So 2 sheets of those. And then, of course, our little red trucks, and we do have 2, kind of a real red and then a cherry cobbler version. Oh my, and they kind of pop open, so we'll be able to stick things right in the truck. Super awesome. Okay, so I'm actually going to pop out all my trucks at once. This is kind of, especially if you're making all the cards at once, this is kind of a great way to save some time. Oh, and both trucks have the little pop open back. That's fantastic. All right. Move some of this stuff out of the way. And I'm going to pop out all my trees at once as well. Now, it doesn't look like there's any difference in the trees. They're all the same. So we'll just pop all those out. So, when you're doing this, you do want to make sure your 2 sheets are lined up. It makes it way easier. All right, so I'm just going to double check those trees. Yeah, they're all the same size, same shape. Fantastic. And then our little gifts here. And finally, oops, our little puppy dogs. So you get 8 of everything. That's interesting because I don't know if we're using the dog on both cards then, or do we get extra dogs? I'm excited to see if we're going to have any extra pieces in this kit. So we've got dogs and gifts and trees and trucks. All right. Now let's find the instructions. I'm always like a follow the instructions kind of person for the first card. So our first one, it looks like we're using the Lost Lagoon card base, the trees, a tree. Oh, we do use a tree, a gift, and a dog on every card, and then we just switch up the trucks. Okay, so there won't be any leftover pieces except for our sentiments. That's okay. So that, a dog, and for this one, it's the darker truck, the cherry cobbler truck. Okay. So the one modification that I am going to make to this card, are you going to cut the card bases? Oh, Kim, you're a step ahead of me. The one modification I am going to make to this card is I am going to cut the card bases. That plaid is too cute to let be, and I still have my old truck stamp. So I'm going to use that card base and maybe make myself a few more truck cards. So yes, I am going to cut the bases. Now I do notice that the cards are slightly rounded on the corners. So when I cut them, I'm actually going to trim a little bit from the top and a little bit from the bottom. So like a 1/16 from each edge. And then I'll trim this to 4 inches across. So this will end up at 5 1/4 by 4, but I'm going to trim a little bit from each end to get rid of that rounded corner. So I'm just going to go over to my trimmer and do that. I'm actually going to grab a pool party one at the same time and do them together to save time. So here we go. So yeah, I'm taking a 16th and then flipping it and taking another 16th. So we're at 5 1/4. And then I'll cut at 4. And again, at 4. There we go. So now I have a bunch of bases, but I have one in each of the colors I'm going to need. There we go. Now, because I've cut that, I do have to mount it on something. You could mount it on Lost Lagoon and have a Lost Lagoon border, but I want to keep mine just a little bit more subtle. So I am going to mount mine onto, oh, maybe I'm not. I always forget about this, that the white in a paper pumpkin or in a kit is different than our white. So we'll see. And I'm going to, let's see. I'm going to go grab a piece of Lost Lagoon and just see what it will look like. Let's score this and cut it so we've got just the right border. One quarter. There we go. All right. And I'm going to pop that on there. Oh, actually, you know what? We're going Lost Lagoon. That just makes it really classic looking. Oh, is your orientation different? So StreamYard started this strange thing called Mars multi-orientation. I wonder if I can. Well, if I remove that from my stage, whoops. Add to stage. Nope. All right. That's not what I wanted to do. Minimize it. No. You know what? It might be just the device you're on. Are you watching on your phone or your or an iPad, I wonder if you can turn it, because I think that's the whole point of this, is that now you can get it in 2 different orientations so that you're on your computer. Oh, weird. And it's still not showing the side to side. Oh, that's so strange. I'm not sure. Okay, well, I'm going to work hard to stay in your view then, and because I can see that other view, and I've got to play a little bit more with StreamYard and see what's going on, because I don't like the vertical view. Now, I wonder if I hide the vertical view. Oh, it's still going to broadcast that way, though. It's just hiding it for me. Weird. Okay, well, I'll try my best. I'll keep my eye on that vertical and make sure I stay in your view. So looking at the instructions for this one, we also want one of our long sentiments. And so we have we have 4 of each, right? So I'm going to grab that Joyful Christmas Wishes. You could totally make this in any language you want, though. Oh, hey, we are putting together the Road to Christmas kit. So the only modification I'm making to the kit is that I grabbed a Lost Lagoon card base and I cut up the big card base they gave us so that I'd end up with 2 pieces. And so this one I'm going to glue straight down, and then it'll be like we never did anything crazy. And I'm going to glue a white layer inside. I know you can totally write on Lost Lagoon, but I just like how it looks on the inside of a card to have that white layer. All right. So here we go. We've got that. I keep all these little white bases pre-cut. So, or not bases, but like white inserts. I just keep a stack pre-cut at 4 by 5 1/4. And actually talking about that, I actually don't know what cardstock is on sale starting at 11 p.m. Pacific tonight for the Black Friday sale. But I'm going to be setting my alarm for 10:50 to wake up and place an order, because I heard some rumors from Australia that the cardstock on sale is our basic white and black and vanilla and basic white thick. And at 40% off, I go through enough of it. I just cannot say no to that. So don't know if that's going to be what's happening here in North America, because of course that is Australian news. Now for this piece, they have us using tear and tape to put it down. I love tear and tape, nothing wrong with that. However, I happen to have a handy bottle of liquid glue right beside me, so I'm not going to waste tear and tape putting this down. I understand why they can't send you guys bottles of glue. Be too thick, too heavy, all that. So I am going to use my liquid glue to put this down. So there we go. So we've done that. So we've got our gorgeous scenery on here now. Now the next thing that they're saying to do is to take this adorable little truck, flip it over, and we're going to dimensional it. So let me see. I've got dimensionals here. All right. So you want one here. Note the little line in the truck there. Put your dimensional in front of that. Put another one at the very front. Put another one at the very back. And then they want you to cut one. What? They want you to cut one to put down here, but like, I don't know. I'm not going to bother cutting one. I'm just going to put it there. They can't possibly be getting in the way of anything. Oh, and then they want you to cut one to put your gifts in the back. Again, don't think I'm going to be doing that. I am going to slide these gifts in like they've suggested. Oh, no. So when you slide them in, you want them hiding behind the post on the front and then dipping down. Now, I'm not going to put a dimensional on like they suggested. They suggested putting a half one up top so it doesn't like get cut off. I'm actually going to slide it in and then put a whole one to hold everything in place. That seems just way easier to me. Oh, you heard liquid glue and dimensionals too? Oh, Kim, I'm in heaven. Liquid glue and dimensionals. That is fantastic. So now when we put our truck on here, you want it to just be a little bit below the fence there. Oops, and a little bit off the white. There we go. And voila, so it just kind of hangs off the two ends. And then we take our little sentiment here and we put dimensionals on the back. We're going to do all three. 1, 2, and 3. There we go. Peel those backings off. And this one also just hangs a little bit off each edge. Gorgeous. And now let's see where they have us putting the trees. Oh, that's so weird. So they say that we're using all of them, and then they actually don't show us where they go. That is so weird. Huh. Okay, so Ken, you kind of made these, I think you said you had made these. I don't see the tree or the dog anywhere on this card, and I didn't see it anywhere in the instructions. So if you know where it goes, please tell me. Otherwise, I think I'm going to have 4 extra trees and 4 extra dogs to make some super adorable cards. Because we only use the trees and the dogs on the other card. Okay, so this is actually the first card all done, you guys. Like, how fast and simple is that? I have like 0 brain power today, and I managed to put it together. Earlier today, I had to write somebody's name and date on a piece of paper, and there was like a line that said name and date, and I wrote them on the wrong lines. It was bad. All right, so second card actually goes this way. I've already pre-cut the base. Oh, and gone ahead and bent it. Wow, way to go. You don't have the kit. Oh, okay. So it's super cute, super fast. I would recommend grabbing a pack of Lost Lagoon, and I think we're going to do it. We're going to go pool party for the base on this one. But now remember, we got to cut the base the other way. So this time we'll score at 5.5 and cut at 5 1/4. By 4 1/4, not 5 1/4. Thanks. Okay. So I took my pool party, scored it at 5 1/2, and then cut it down the center at 4 1/4. So I've got 2 of these. And this piece is going to go right on there like that. I love it. Oh, hi, Lila. You're not watching the replay. You are live with me right now. I don't do Wednesday mornings anymore. I'm Friday, or today's not Friday. Oh, I wish. I do Monday nights at 7 p.m. All right. So I just got this piece cut, and we're going to go glue this down onto our pool party base. And then I am going to put a piece of white on the inside of this pool party. I know it's so unnecessary, but it just finishes it for me. Oh, don't put that on the inside though. Oh my gosh. Okay, a little bit frazzled today. It's report card season. I'm so close to being done, you guys. I am so excited. But it has taken a mental toll on me. All right, glue this white to the inside. All right, and there we go. Oh, now I forgot to watch my vertical view and make sure I'm staying in the vertical view for you guys. I'll try and get on top of that. This is a little in the way for my vertical view. All right, there we go. So we've got that glued down and we're ready to go. So now we need the other base here. So our first one was that gorgeous snowy scenery. This one is our city tree lot. I love it. Okay. So now we're going to do this. Now they said to, again, use the tear and tape in your kit to attach this, but that's just crazy talk. Who uses tear and tape for that when they have liquid glue? All right. Actually, lots of people I know would. Writing for over 3 hours during your cards. Oh, Kim, that is a lot. I'm so proud of you. I still have to write my cards, but that's okay. It's not like writing a report card. I can handle it. All right, so now this one, it's a bit of a brighter background with the lights. We're using the brighter truck as well. Now, this one, they only have us putting dimensionals on the bottom. Well, let's find out why. So they just want us right here at the tire wells and at the front. So interesting. And then we're going to take a packet of gifts and we're going to pop them into our truck right to the back. And now this is where they do have us using a dimensional. Now they've got us just putting the dimensional right here up in the top. I think I'm personally, I think I'm actually going to set that down to the side for a moment and put the tree in first as well. Now the tree, they have us putting a piece of tear and tape on it right there. So for this one, I actually will grab some tear and tape just because I'm not really sure where this is going to end up and I don't want to smear glue everywhere. All right. So they say to take this tree with the tear and tape, take your truck with the gifts. We're going to slide the gifts in and we're sliding the, and we're sliding the tree in like that. I see. Now they had us putting a dimensional on the back here, I guess, to give some depth between the tree and the gifts. So let's peel that off. There we go. So now our tree and our gifts are attached to each other, although my gifts kind of fell. There we go. All right. So don't let your gifts droop when you attach them to your tree. So let's see. Do that, do that. And now stick them together. There we go. Yeah, you know what? I just put them where I think they want to go. I don't care where they actually say they're going to go. Okay, so now that's all done. But like this is so flimsy and floppy, it's not actually attached to our truck. And I understand it'll all get attached to the card. But in the meantime, I don't like that. So we are going to grab one more dimensional and I'm going to use it to hold my gifts in place. And now we will attach this all to our card front. So they've got it so that the tree is below the lights and pretty much centered. Oh, ha! I'm like, why isn't this sticking? Because I didn't take the backings off my dimensionals. There we go. Oh, all right. So below there, kind of centered. Lovely. And then we're going to get our little puppy dog. Now, this is weird. They have 2 dimensionals on him, but that's going to make him sit like really popped up. So I'm going to say no and just put 1 on him right down at the bottom. And then I'm going to slide him into place so that he doesn't mess with the truck. There we go. All right. And then our sentiment. We're using one of those cool banners, so sending loads of Christmas cheer. again, you've got all the languages. So choose your language. And they want us to put 3 on here, and I'll do it. It'll work. Okay. So 1, 2, and 3. There we go. Now they have it lined up, or not, sorry, rather not lined up. They have it going off the top of the city scene and into the plaid area, but then a little bit of the city scene on the right. There we go. Okay, so that is card number 2. So you get to make 4 of each of these. They're just adorable. I love them. I love the little retriever on that one. So they're really pretty, really simple cards, but just that really nice classic vintagey feel to them. So that is it for those cards. You don't have to do them up the way I did them. You could just fold the card bases and have pretty backs of the card bases and everything and the white insides, and it would all work out. Now, making them the way I made them, you are going to have 4 trees, 4 dogs, and 8 backgrounds, like plaid backgrounds left over, and a bunch of sentiments in other languages. So if you don't mind cards in other languages, you've got a bunch of sentiments to go with. So I am thinking that with those leftover bits, I'm going to take this Lost Lagoon one and a Lost Lagoon card base. And I'm thinking that we can go ahead and do that and glue that. Actually, I'm not going to glue it yet. I might want to grab a ribbon. And then I won't have any trucks left over, but I'm going to have a tree and a dog left over. Oh my goodness, they're so sweet. And then I'm wondering, actually, I think I might want this card base cut differently. So this card base will be used up anyways to make my card. So I'm actually going to grab another piece of Lost Lagoon, but score it at 5.5 and then cut it at 4.25. Oh, you sent a card to Evelyn. Oh, nice. Yeah, it should make it in time sending it this early. That's great. Okay, so I've got a piece of Lost Lagoon. I'm going to score it at 5.5. And then I'm going to cut it at 4.25. And now, so I've got this kind of long card base now, and I can fold that in half. But what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to cut it one more time at 2.75. So that's halfway across the front. I've got this cut at 2.75, and I'm actually going to be able to turn that. So I'm going to take this big piece, and I'm actually going to cut it as well. So 4, so then 5.25 in half is 2 5/8. So I took that piece I had and cut it at 2 5/8. Now I'm going to, oh, thank you so much. Oh, it's still not quite enough. Okay, I guess it does have to be 2.5. All right, so I'm going to trim that just a little bit more down to 2.5. 2.5. Yeah, I'm really bad with the time conversion. I'm not sure what time that would make it in Germany. It's probably a really strange time for her. All right, so now that I've cut that down, I'm going to glue that. Okay, so I'm glad I didn't glue it before. So we've got that. And then I am going to get a piece of basic white to glue to the inside. Oh, I'm all out. Oh my goodness. Okay, that's fine. I still have, that actually works well. I still have my fancy ones. I got one of my kids to die cut a whole bunch with the textured notes. So there we go. I will glue a textured note in instead, and that just adds a little bit of something to it. Okay. So there we have it. I'm going to glue that in. It's so pretty. Okay, so we've started to get our card base. This is my favorite quick card. It looks a little bit fancy, but really all you did was cut up the front, and we're going to actually put it on in this direction. So we do need a little piece of something to go here. So we could go ahead and use the other piece that we have, like the other piece of plaid. We could go ahead and put it in there. I think that looks a little bit busy though. So I think we are going to go ahead and just grab a piece of basic white to put on here. So let's see what I've got hiding on my little shelf here. See if I've got any of the right size. You never know what I've got laying around. These all look too big though. So, let's see. I've got just a perfect piece here. Okay, so we need 4 by 2.5 for that. So I'm just going to trim this. Okay. All right. So I'm going to take this piece here, 4 by 2.5. That's going to fit on very nicely there. So we're going to glue this piece down. Actually, let's not. Let's stamp on it first, just in case. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to arrange my little tree and my little dog here, and I'm going to put a nice sentiment on here before I glue it down. Oh my room is a disaster. Let's see here. I have got somewhere in here. There it is. I have got the Ornamental Christmas stamp set. I love this stamp set. We did our stamp camp with this one. So I've got the trees as well that I'm going to be able to stamp in here and give some details if I want. But my biggest thing is I'm going to put the Merry Christmas on here. So I'm going to grab that gorgeous Merry Christmas stamp. And it just fills up that space so beautifully. So I'm going to grab that, grab a block. So you can go ahead and use any sentiment stamp you've got, but something scripty like that, so nice, like it just fills up the space. And I'm going to stamp it in Cherry Cobbler. So we don't have a beautiful red truck on this card, but we're going to have a beautiful red sentiment. Merry Christmas. Gorgeous. Oh, thank you so much. I can't stand wasting pieces in a kit. I just can't. But I also don't want the cards to look kind of like afterthoughts. So we get a little bit crazy. Now, instead of using a red ink there, you could have grabbed a piece of black cardstock and done a white embossed sentiment on here as well. That would have looked striking and kind of kept in line with the other cards that have the black banners, like the black banners with the white sentiment. So you could have gone that route as well, but I didn't want to make this card super dark. I mean, that's the other thing you could do is you could actually grab one of the other languages and do the sentiment that way. Oh, maybe I'll do one more and do that because I have all the bits ready. All right, so this is going to go there, our little tree here with our little dog. And we just don't want him to cover up the words. And then we'll get some bling to finish this off. In fact, I'm looking at this and feeling like I need a ribbon as well. So ribbon or not, oh, I did glue that. Good. I was going to say ribbon or not, I need to glue that. Now, what do I have? It's going to make a great ribbon on this card. I wonder if, no, too green. Do you know what we're going to do? We're going to go old school. And no, I can't do red and white, can I? How does our gold look? White and gold or black and gold? No, not the white. I think the black might be too dark too. Okay, maybe we are going red. Where is my red and white? Well, that's interesting. I have red and white twine. I know I do. And I haven't just used it recently. So where would I have put it? Well, that's a mystery. My room really is in need of a good clean. I can't find my red and white twine. All right, well, let's go open a new packet then, and that'll guarantee I find the old one. All right, so there we go. This is the real red and white baker's twine, and we're going to add that in. And even though I used cherry cobbler, I feel like the real red and white will be fine. And if you're following along and copying this at home, just go ahead and use real red instead. So I'm going to actually wrap this twice and then give it a little snip. There we go. And tuck this under and tie these together. So I always like to make a knot before I make my bows. And then there we go. We're gonna do that, wrap it around just like that. And okay, come on. Then just play with your bow until you get it the size and shape that you like it. And also the positioning that you like. So I'm actually going to move that over to the side so it's not blocking my words. I don't like it when ribbons and things block my sentiment. So there we go. All right, that is looking good to me now. So now with that done, we'll make sure those ribbons end up exactly where I want them. Okay, now we're going to flip this over and I'm going to put some dimensionals on the back. So I'm going to put one on each corner, just on this one side. And then I'm going to move this over and I'm going to put one on the top and one on the bottom on our front flap. And this is going to make sure that we don't close up our card, like seal it shut, but we get this front piece on. So now, come on in, and voila, just like that. And now we're going to take our little dog and our tree, and I think I'm going to actually attach them to each other first. So I've lined up my dog and my tree, how I like them. And I'm going to grab a dimensional and kind of lay it across the two like tape. And then another one for that corner. And I'm going to snip up my edges. I'm running out of bits here. Okay, one for the top of our tree and one more just down here to really firm up that dog. And there we go. All right, now pull all this off. There we go. And pop these onto our card front. There we go. So we've got all of that put together, and then we just need to grab some gems to go on this and kind of finish it off. So let's see. I am thinking we need, I think what we're going to do is actually grab, we kind of have two choices here. We've got the iridescent foil gems or the strawberry slush and pretty in pink gems actually have kind of just the clear and gold. And I'm actually thinking that that might be nice, or just, well, if I had them, I'd say some gold sequins, but actually I know where they are. I tucked them away for a card in my December card club. So we're just going to go here. I think, you know what, we're actually not going to decorate the tree. We're going to just put these on like they're little stars. And so I'm going to do one there, and just kind of finish it off like that. So there you have it. Our alternative using our leftover card backing and our leftover tree and dog from that one card that doesn't actually use them. So super cute. And then I just added in the Lost Lagoon, the real red and white twine, and some gems. And honestly, like some little gold sequins would have looked great there, just anything you've got. So that is my little alternative card with our leftover bits. Now we can do that same card really quickly. So we've got the other half. So when I cut that piece, I got this other half. So I'm going to cut this again at 2 3/4. So when I do that, I actually put the fold at 2 3/4 and cut. And then I still have this leftover piece. Oh, right, which we had to trim down to 2 1/2. It's just a little bit big. So 2 1/2. Come on, line it up. There we go. So 2 1/2 on there. And we'll give this a go with one of our French sentiments as well and see what it looks like using no ink again, but just using a French sentiment instead of a stamped image in real red. So let's do that. We've got that. We'll grab another inside. I always have pieces pre-cut. I love it. All right. So, these are just the textured notes. When the kids want to earn a few extra bucks, I just have them grab a stack of cardstock and run it through. So I have pre-cut textured notes. I love it. All right, and then I need a little piece at 2 1/2 by 4 in our basic white. 2 1/2. Oops. By 4. There we go. So these are all the same pieces. I could have cut them at the same time, I guess, when I did the first one. So all the same pieces. And then I'm going to have that extra tree and dog because I have 4 extra trees and 4 extra dogs. And so we can use them. But then I have all those sentiments in other languages. And so let's see. Un cargason de bonheur pour Noël. If I'm going to need another language, French will likely be it. So, except it doesn't make a lot of sense now without the truck because there's no load. Okay, perhaps not. How about just, where's the French version? Joyeux Noël à tous. There we go. Okay. So, we can do that. Joya Noel Atsu. And do we want it? Maybe some. Here comes some. No. No, I think I definitely want it. This might not be the orientation for this sentiment. I wonder. It just doesn't make any sense to say loads of Christmas cheer. So let's see if we can make this. Oh, there we go. Just put the dog on the other side of the tree, and then the sentiment can overlap. Oh, there we go. I don't know why I didn't think of that first. All right, so we're going to do that and that. So I like to lay it out a little bit before I start gluing things, just in case it's like not going to work. All right, now for this one, I feel like our background needs a little something just because there's not like a lot going on back there aside from this sentiment. So I think for this one, we might either need to do like a tangle of ribbon or an embossed kind of background. And then we need to find a way to get some red on here without ink, because we don't have that truck. We don't have the little gifts. What can we do? I could probably grab an embellishment. Ooh, I know. I have got the traditional sparkling sequins. So that's how we're going to pull our red onto here. And then it's just a matter of what ribbon are we going to do to bring this together. And also our background. Our background needs something. It is just too plain. So plaid might be too much. And we don't currently have a snowflake background. That would have been my go-to, would be a snowflake background. So if you have one, that is what I would use for the background of this little piece before we glue it. I'm just going to take a quick peek. Maybe a brick wall. All right, so I have got the brick wall. Holly will be too weird. Okay. Brick wall might be the brick wall. The trees are retired. The snowflakes are retired. Well, you know what? Snowflakes might be retired, but I think I'm going with them anyways because it's just too pretty. So yeah, I'm going to use the Snowflake Sky 3D embossed folder, even though it's retired. My other go-to might have been to try the exposed brick just for a little bit of a interesting background, but I want this card to be super cute. So I'm grabbing those snowflakes, and I'm not going to make it crazy snowy. So we're going to put it up near the top where there's just a little sprinkling of snow, and I'm going to run that through my machine. So any snowflake embossing folder you've got will do. The Forever Plaid might work as well, but I can't actually find mine right now, so what can you do? So yeah, I'm going to take those cute little snowflakes. I'm going to glue that down. And then, just like that. Okay, now I'm going to take my sentiment. Now I'm not going to put 3 on it. I'm only going to put 2 on it. Just because of how it's going to end up sitting. So let's see here. A few pieces here. All right, so right in the middle and over on the side. Okay, so Joya Noella 2. So I can put 1 more on here, but just not too far over. Okay, so like that. And let's actually get this attached to our card front before it goes sliding everywhere. There we go. And some more trimming to do here. So this piece is going to go in there. This one in there. All right. Here we go. Just like that. All right, that's going to make it easier to work with this. Now let's get our tree on our card front as well. And we'll attach our little dog later. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to do tree first. We're going to put it all the way over there, and it's even going to go off the edge of it. Then we're going to do our sentiment, and then we'll attach our dog. So we'll kind of put our dog in place-ish. Okay. Joyeux Noël là-dessus. And then our little dog, we'll put a little dimensional behind him. Oops. And this time I am going to pop him up, even though he's on a popped up tree, just to give this all a little bit more. Yeah, snowflakes, exactly. So we don't have a current one, but I have my retired one. I don't let go of many of my things. So, all right. Now I had thought about doing a ribbon on here, but I think the snowflakes actually filled it up nicely. So now we need to decide, do we want to keep it subtle and do some blues or golds, or do we want to have a crazy pop of red? Now, I'm not going to push these down. I'm just going to place them, and we'll see what the red does. I kind of like the pop of red. So there, we could push those down and have them be our little spark of red in here. I feel like they should maybe go on the tree, but also, like, who is outside with a decorated tree? I don't know. Or do we keep it subtle and do the gold? And no red. I just kind of feel like it needs some red, though. I don't know why. I think just because the little red truck on the other one. What do you guys think? Gold or red? The gold seems like just a little too muted to me. I think we can go pop a red. Oh, you do think the gold, eh? The red's just too stark. All right, and then our other option, but I think it's the wrong blue. Actually, that's pretty darn close. Is we can go with the beautiful blue that's in here. And just go like that. Yeah, I think the blue maybe, the gold maybe brings out the golden retriever a bit, but I don't know. I think the blue actually is the way to go. It brings out his little scarf as well. So there we go. We'll do blue. Those are firmly in place now. We're done. Can't change it now. So there is another alternative on that. And we could go ahead and put in some twine in there if we wanted, if we thought it needed just a little bit more. I actually don't think it does. I think a ribbon might make it too busy. So yeah, there we go. That is my second alternative. So one with stamping, one with using up our extra languages, and both of them using up those little dogs and trees. So those are my two alternative cards. Here are, of course, our two original cards with the truck. That's what it's called. And yeah, they're just super cute little cards. I love them. So thank you so much for joining me this evening. I will be live again next Monday night, and hopefully a lot more with it, a little less tired from report cards, and a little more rested. Next weekend should be a lot of fun with my craft fair and just having some Christmas, like get the house ready on Saturday time. So looking forward to that. All right, everybody, have a wonderful evening. And if you don't have this kit yet, grab it quickly because it is on low inventory. It's already sold out once. It came back into stock and now it's on low inventory again. So set your alarms and place your orders tonight. And I hope you guys get some good deals on the Black Friday sale. I can't wait to see what's actually in there for sale. All right. Good night, everyone.